happy Valentine's Day. I've got Hallie here. She's got a message for you. In honor of Valentine's Day, Hallie wanted to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day with some kisses. My name is Sam from The Beauty In It Reseller, and I am a part-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And I have been picking up in sales a bit. It was a little bit slow after Christmas. Had some good weeks in January, but moving back up in February. So I wanted to go over some sales with you that I've had over the past week. Because I'm part-time, I don't get quite as many sales as someone who is full-time. I have around 300 items in my eBay and Poshmark stores, so it's not a huge volume, but because I do have a full-time job on top of this, it's really the perfect amount for me to make a little bit of extra spending money. And especially with my daughter being due in the end of March, I'm excited to see how things go. This is my first child, so it may be hard. I may just have to put all of my stores on vacation mode. I do think it'll be something that I can do outside of just taking care of my daughter, which I know is going to be more than full-time job in itself, but we'll see if I can do it. But anyways, without further ado, I'm going to go through the sales from the past week, talk about what they sold for, what store they sold on, whether or not it's a bolo item or if it was a flop, and what the profit is after cost of goods and fees. Of course, that does not take into account any taxes that I will have to pay, so make sure that when you are looking into becoming a reseller that you're keeping the fact that you're going to have to pay taxes on top of any profit you make in mind. So first item we have is an Ed Sheeran Joker and the Queen single that was signed by Ed. I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. I'm a big Swiftie, if you didn't know. So I picked up on that because it is a single featuring Taylor Swift, and I was really hoping when I bought originally, I think I bought 4, and I was really hoping that Taylor also signed it. I do collect Taylor's signed items. Unfortunately, it was just Ed that signed it, and I do like Ed Sheeran, but I'm not like a super fan of his. But I did keep one for myself, and then I think I can't remember if I bought 3 total or 4 total, but the remainder I decided I would sell. So this sold on Mercari to a buyer offer. I've had these for quite a while, so I was open to accepting an offer. The buyer offered $25 and paid $6.18 in shipping. The cost of goods, because I did order from the UK, was $8.46, which included shipping, and with fees and my shipping cost it was $9.91. So the total profit was $12.81, which is not huge, but it's such a small item. I really don't mind having a smaller profit on an item that's easy for me to store in my inventory. This did take 360 days, so almost a year, but I've had some really good luck selling music collectibles, so not everything is a win, but I've made a decent profit off of the collective of all of the things that I have purchased, so not mad at that. And I think I still have one more that I can sell. It has a little bit of a smudge in the autographs, so hopefully someone's looking for one that maybe has Ed Sheeran's fingerprints on it. Next up, I sold kind of a spring summer item, so we're definitely getting into that season. This is a Free People new Simone dress, and this sold on eBay for full price, which was $64.99, and the buyer paid $10.65 in shipping. The cost of goods, because it was a liquidation palette, was $15.62, and with the shipping and fees it was $18.60. So my total profit on this item was $41.42, which is really good for liquidation. I definitely like seeing those higher profit items, and I found that the items that I bought from the Free People mystery lot, which I will link above, I actually did better than the intimates lot that Fox Liquidation has, and had a little bit more value or more profit per item. So I would definitely consider buying the mystery lots again, and I'm excited to see when all of those sell what my profit is for that box. That one took 86 days to sell. If you've been watching my videos, I recently did one on a closet clear out, which was my personal items, because I had to move all of the inventory that I have and all of my personal clothes from a room that we would be using as a nursery. I really needed to cut down on the number of items I had in my personal closet. So I decided to sell a lot of them. I still need to bring a couple boxes to Plato's Closet and Style Encore, and there's still a handful of items that I would like to donate as well. But for the items that I did sell, I've started to see some pretty good sales coming through. At least a little bit of profit that I can put back in my pocket. I sold this purple, like really neon purple dress from Express, and this sold on a buyer offer on Poshmark for $18, and they paid $7.67 in shipping. It was a $0 cost of goods because it was a personal item, and with shipping and fees it was $11.27. So my total profit was $14.40 that I can put back into anything else that I want to buy for myself, and it only took 26 days for that one to sell. The next item was a Polo Ralph Lauren cowl neck sweater with patches on the elbows, and that was actually a men's sweater, and I had originally purchased it to resell, but then decided to keep it for myself for a little while. But when I did that closet clear out, I decided that I didn't really get enough wear out of it, so I put it back up, and this sold on a buyer offer. I took a pretty low offer just because it was something that I purchased a while ago and got wear out of, and I just didn't really feel like I would get much from it. So I took an offer for $10 just to see if I could kind of get my store going. Usually in the morning, if you accept an offer early during the day, it can encourage the algorithm to show your closet. So I like to see if sometimes accepting a lower offer, if it's early in the morning, will help to kind of speed up and make more sales for the day. So that sold for $10 with $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $2.98, and with shipping and fees it was $10.62. So I only made $4.07, but like I said, I got to wear it for a little bit, so I find that to be a win-win. Because I did wear it for a good amount of time. It took 440 days to sell from the time that I originally sourced it. Next was an item from the Free People Intimates lot, and that was a Free People strappy basic bodysuit. And this was a sale from my Posher VA. After I think 5 minutes, my Posher VA will send an offer to likers for 10% off with $5.95 for shipping, and the buyer took that offer, so it sold for $26 and the shipping was $5.95. The cost of goods on this one was $7.40, and with shipping and fees it was $12.87. So the total profit was $11.68, and it took 83 days to sell. Going back to the Free People mystery lot, I sold the Good Vibration shorts. Again, this was a buyer offer. I've been accepting a lot of offers lately. I feel like I'm getting more reasonable offers from buyers, which is a nice change. I'm still getting lowball offers, but that's just part of the business. So the buyer offered $33 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $15.62, and with shipping and fees it was $14.27. So a little bit lower profit on this one of only $10.78. But it's just so easy to take pictures of the Free People items that come from Fox Liquidation because they're already packaged. I can rely on the fact that they're in good condition, and so really all I have to do is find a stock photo and get the listing up. I don't mind a lower profit per item on the liquidation listings just because they really help me to fill out my store and they're so easy to list. And this one took 85 days to sell. Another one from the Free People Intimates lot, I sold a Alia tank, on eBay. And that was actually an offer that I had sent out to watchers, and the buyer picked it up for $14.99 plus $5 shipping. The cost of goods was $3.70, and with shipping and fees it was $7.17. So my total profit on this one was $9.12, and it took 83 days to sell. I was super excited about this next sale. It was the Duggal sequin romper that I picked up back when I was thinking about the Taylor Swift Eras tour. I just felt like it screamed like something that someone would wear to the Eras tour, maybe like a little lover-esque type of outfit. The buyer had made an offer on Poshmark for $200 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods through, I think it was the Real, was $66.50, and with shipping and fees it was $47.67. So my total profit on this was $93.50, and it only took 80 days to sell. I figured, being that it was white, it could work well for bridal, like if someone wanted to have a really fun wedding outfit, or maybe they wanted it for a bachelorette, but it also would work for prom season as well. So picking that up was something that I was pretty happy with, especially for that price. The next item is again from my personal closet. It was a Valerie cashmere turtleneck sweater, and I made an offer on this one on eBay for $19.99 and $5 shipping. The cost of goods was $0. With shipping and fees it was $8.16, so that's another $16.83 that I could put back in my pocket, and it took 16 days to sell. I do find that regardless of brand, I've never heard of Valerie before. I think I picked this up secondhand, either through ThredUp or maybe even a local consignment store, but people do search out the cashmere fabric. So definitely worth looking into if you're able to pick up cashmere pieces that are in good condition at a really low price, even if they're a brand you've never heard of before. This next item was another big sale that I was really happy with. It was a Leggings Nina silk blouse with kind of a nautical compass print to it, and that was something that I picked up in a Boutique by the Box liquidation small lot. It had 10 pieces. So if you are new to this channel and are interested in seeing an unboxing from Boutique by the Box, definitely hit subscribe. Make sure you stick around and catch me on that, because that is coming up. But I sold this for $94.99 plus $12.55 in shipping on eBay, which was a full price sale. The cost of goods for each of the Leggings items in that box was $27, which is a little high, but Leggings does sell for a good amount. And with shipping and fees, it was $23.42, so my total profit was $57.12, and it actually sold the same day that I listed it, so I was very happy about that. Next piece was another one that I had picked up originally to resell, but then decided to keep for myself for a little bit. I never actually ended up wearing it because it was a silk piece, and I actually tried to wash it when I first picked it up because it had some sticker residue on it, and I did end up getting that residue out, but when I did wash that, I realized that the color was running really bad out of the shirt, so I didn't want to keep it myself and end up staining any of my other clothes. So after letting it sit for a while without taking pictures, I finally got it back up. And it was a Generation Love silk blouse, and it was a really bright pink color, so perfect for the Barbie trend. A buyer made an offer on Poshmark for $38 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $14.64, and with shipping and fees it was $15.27. So the total profit was $15.77, and it took 276 days to sell. Again, after I kept it in my own wardrobe for a little bit and never actually wore it. Again, a piece from my personal closet. This was a Maison Jewels dress with a chevron print. I actually thought it would sit in my closet for a really long time, just because chevron isn't really in style anymore, but someone did accept a Posher VA offer for $25 and paid $5.95 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0, and with shipping and fees it was $12.67. So my total profit was $18.28, and I actually think that was a higher profit than what I originally paid for it. I believe I bought it through ThredUp years ago, so I was excited to get profit, including what I would have originally spent on it. And it only took 20 days to sell, so I was pretty surprised by that one. Going back to the Free People Intimates lot, I sold a scoop neck crop in navy. Buyer made an offer on Poshmark for $12 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $3.70, and with shipping and fees it was $10.62. So the profit again was really low, $5.35, but I do like to kind of let some of those smaller pieces from the lots go at a lower price, again just to drum up sales, and because they are less substantial pieces, I feel like what the buyers are paying are fair prices. So that one took 78 days to sell, and it's just another $5.35 that I can add to the profit from that box as a whole. I was a little disappointed that this next piece from that same liquidation box did go for a little bit less than I was expecting. It was the Under the Stars cardi, which was like almost like a big robe. I think you can wear it either as loungewear or out of the home as kind of like a long line cardigan. And I was hoping that this would sell around Christmas time when I originally put it up, because it's a perfect gift for someone. But Christmas came and went and it did not sell, so I ended up accepting a buyer offer for $50, and they paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods on this one was a little bit higher since it was one of the more substantial pieces from the box. So it was $21.82, and then with shipping and fees it was $17.67. So the total profit was $18.18, and it took 79 days to sell. I'm curious if this next buyer bought this blazer for maybe Easter or just spring in general. They purchased a Chaps purple blazer, and this was another item that I had sent out an offer on eBay. It actually sold after I ended the listing and sold similar. So here's your reminder that if you have an item that's been sitting in your inventory for a while, make sure to go through and find those older listings on eBay and end and sell similar, or on Poshmark you can copy the listing and delete, and that just shows up again as a new item, and so that is what prompted this sale. The buyer did pay $39.99 and $10.55 in shipping. The cost of goods was $3, and with shipping and fees it was $14.62. So my total profit was $32.92, and it took 274 days to sell. This next purchase actually did end up getting returned to me, so I'll kind of just briefly go through it. It was a pair of J brand skinny jeans, and I had sent out an offer on eBay for $18, and the buyer paid $12.55 in shipping. The cost of goods was $1, and with shipping and fees it was $12.78. So I had made $16.77 in profit. Sorry if there was a lighting change, the sun was starting to go down. So I had made $16.77 in profit, but like I said, that was returned and it was in good condition, so I did refund the buyer. Through eBay I do accept 30-day returns, and the way that works, if you're unfamiliar, is that the buyer can select a given reason for the return, and in most cases, they will pay for shipping back in exchange for a refund. This buyer did select the right reason. I was very happy about that. They chose that it didn't fit, and so they paid for shipping back. So I did end up actually making like a slight amount of money, because often when you use calculated shipping through eBay, the buyer ends up paying a little bit more than you would for the same dimensions. So you are still charged a 30-cent final value fee, and so I'm sure I made like $1 or so, and I have them back to resell again. That did take 373 days. This was a style that's not as popular right now. I did pick it up from a Style Encore clearance sale. They had all of their clearance for $1. So it's definitely worth me picking up, and I don't regret picking it up. But just note that skinny jeans are really just not selling very fast. So if you have a clogged up inventory like I do, you might want to skip the skinny jeans. Going back to the music collectibles, I sold a Taylor Swift cardigan 12-inch single, and these were limited edition. A buyer had made an offer through Mercari, I believe, for $60, and they received free shipping. The cost of goods was $13, and with shipping and fees it was $11.89. So my total profit was $35.11. And unfortunately I didn't write down how many days this took to sell, but I believe I bought it maybe around Black Friday, and shipping from Taylor Swift's website takes forever. So I don't think it was listed for too long before it sold. If you're ever out in the wild and see any of the limited edition Taylor Swift vinyls, definitely pick them up, because they do sell for over retail price, and also even if they're used, they'll sell for good money. A lot of the limited edition vinyls are from her Folklore album, so if you're unfamiliar with her discography, I would just look into it if you see it in the wild, and you may have come across a bolo. The next item I sold was a pair of Adidas workout leggings from my personal closet. These sold for $12.99 and $5 in shipping, $0 cost of goods, and with shipping and fees it was $6.71. So my total profit was $11.28. And they only took 19 days to sell, because we are kind of still in that time where people are still motivated to get their New Year's resolutions done. Unlike last year, I did not go full out in this year's TJ Maxx yellow tag clearance sale. I just didn't find that the brands that I saw this year were very highly sought after. Like, a lot of them were the brands that I know are typically sold at TJ Maxx. I did pick up a couple Kate Spade quilted jackets, and I was a little unsure of doing that because I didn't see huge comps for these, and we are approaching the end of winter. But I decided that I would pick them up, and then if they didn't sell in 30 days, that I would just return them. I did end up selling an extra large Kate Spade quilted jacket. A buyer had sent an offer for $85 and paid $15.60 in shipping through eBay. And the cost of goods, even on yellow tag clearance, was $49, so pretty high. And with shipping and fees, it was $25.97. So I did make $25.63, but I do think I will end up returning the medium size jacket of this that I got. I just don't know that I want to keep it in my inventory until next fall, when it's likely to sell again. I am past the 30 days at this point, and I just have not been able to make it to TJ Maxx. So I do think I will still go ahead with a return, and I believe that I should still be able to get store credit. The next item is retail arbitrage. I like to shop Lilly Pulitzer's Sunshine sale. I personally love Lilly Pulitzer, so what I typically do is buy items that are in my size, and then once I get them home, I try them on and see if I like them. If I don't, I end up reselling them and usually make a good profit off of them. Because I'm pregnant this time, I'm not sure exactly what I wanted to keep and sell, but there were some items that I felt like just weren't really my style once I saw them in person. And so one was a Lilly Pulitzer Grace tiered maxi dress, which was really pretty, but I don't really have any events coming up that I know of, so it just felt like something I didn't need. A buyer made an offer on Poshmark for $136 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $74, and with shipping and fees it was $34.87, so the total profit was $34.80, which I know is probably not enough profit to justify to a lot of resellers to buy from retail arbitrage, but again, since it was something that I may have kept myself, I was willing to take that risk. It took 20 days to sell. The last item that sold this week was also from the Free People Intimates lot, and that was this booty set. The buyer offered $35 on Poshmark and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $14.43, and with shipping and fees it was $14.67. So the total profit was $13.57, and it took 77 days to sell. It was definitely a good sales week for me, especially being part-time, and so I was really happy with the profit that I made off of some of those items, especially the McDougall jumpsuit. That one was a really great sale that I was happy with, but even the smaller sales from the Free People lots really do add up over time, and so I was really happy with this week's sales. I do feel that they have kind of kickstarted my February and really have made it a good sales month so far. I would love to know what types of items are selling in your stores. Have you noticed that buyers are starting to move into spring and summer and pick up more dresses and those more like light color pieces? If so, leave a comment below. I would love to know. And if you like this video, I would love it if you could give it a thumbs up and help me with that algorithm. I am starting to make more videos, which I'm hoping I can maintain while I'm on maternity leave. I'll do my best. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but I would love it if you could subscribe and stick around and watch more of my videos, and I will catch you on the next one. Happy Valentine's Day!